Good evening and welcome to episode 2 of Shattering the Silence. I am Dr. Whitlock and thank you for joining us this evening. And so I'm very, very excited because not only am I streaming live with you here on our YouTube channel, but I'm also streaming live off of another social media platform. And the purpose of that is to really kind of engage all of you who have been following Dr. Whitlock, um, and merge you all together under one umbrella because I have some very exciting news. So, if you are watching me on the TikTok channel, I want you to go over to the YouTube channel under Dr. Whitlock and subscribe. I want you to watch tonight's live from the YouTube channel. So, I need you all to go over to Dr. Whitlock on YouTube and subscribe. I need you all to go over to Dr. Whitlock on YouTube, the YouTube channel, and subscribe. So, I am very, 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 very excited tonight because we are going to roll out the vision, the 2023 vision for Say Your Name. We are going to roll out the vision that we for our healing journey. And so many of you have been talking about, Doc, how do I get through this period of time in my life? How do I get through? How do I heal? How do I get over these relationships that have been toxic and full of abuse? And so we have for the last 7 months been talking about, and again, I am Dr. Whitlock. If you are on the TikTok channel, I want you to come over here to our YouTube channel and subscribe and hit the notification buttons because we are moving. We are still going to have our social media platform here on TikTok, but for the majority of it, we are going to be operating off of the YouTube channel. Okay, so tonight this is kind of going to be a little back and forth type of a dialogue, but I need you all to go over to Dr. Whitlock at YouTube. And I know we're going to have some moderators that are coming in here very soon to kind of give y'all some direction about where we are headed. So, again, I am Dr. Whitlock, and I wanted to know one, how are you all doing? How are you all doing after Christmas? Now that Christmas is over, I have been talking to you and engaging with quite a few of you over the last 24 hours. Some of you had really, really good holidays with your families, while others not so good. And so tonight is a night for us to kind of exhale. Exhale. Because the holidays is over, right? Christmas is over. I'm going to bring you all over here. Christmas is over because I need to be able to see you. And um we were really kind of having a lot of anxiety about the holidays because we didn't know what to expect. We didn't know if it was going to be filled with toxicity. We didn't know if it was going to be a joyous occasion. You know, some of us have lost. Some of us are experiencing, anxiety and depression due to, relationship issues. There are a lot of reasons why, the holidays are not a joyous occasion for many people. And so therefore, Dr. Whitlock understands, the dilemma that you find yourself in, especially if this is you. And so, again, how are you doing? So what I can do is I can see some of you when you are talking there. Thank you for following. And we want to talk about, I'm going to put you back over here. We want to talk about, one, the vision for 2023. And so you all know that I have a nonprofit organization called Say Your Name. And Say Your Name is about empowerment. It's about rewriting the story. It's about taking back the narrative that society says you are. So, for example, if you have been in an abusive relationship and you found yourself there stuck and not knowing what to do to get out, society could be very harsh in their assessment of you and why you stayed. For example, they might say that you wanted the abuse. They might say that it turned you on some kind of way. They may say that, you deserved what you got. And they may say that your children are the way they are because you're a bad parent. Well, no, that's not the case. That's not the case at all. They may say you're weak. So that's society dictating who you are as a result of the experiences that you've gone through. We rewrite the story with Say Your Name. So, Say Your Name is about empowerment, it's about education, it's about awareness, it's about providing a safe space for someone to be able to say their name. So, for example, my name is Dr. Whitlock. I'm not stupid, I'm not weak. I am Sabrina. I was born Sabrina. I wasn't born stupid. I wasn't born weak. I wasn't born uneducated. I wasn't born a bad parent. I am not the sum of my experiences, just like you are not the sum of your experiences. And so, therefore, again, if you're on the TikTok channel, I need you to come over here to the YouTube channel. And that's because we're moving, we're shifting. We are shifting our healing journey because we're not playing any games with this. In 2023, it is about healing. 2022, we have been talking for 7 months, and some of you may be new to the channel. 7 months we've been talking about toxic relationships. We've been talking about NPD. We've been talking about betrayal trauma. We've been talking about abuse. We've been talking about the narcissistic abuse cycle. We've been talking about a whole lot of information for 7 months. 7 months, kings and queens. And so now in 2023, it is time to move forward. And if you're ready, I'm ready. And I said this to you all before because you know that Doc was very, very transparent. I know full well that everybody that's listening to this message is not ready. For whatever reason, you're just not ready. That doesn't mean I don't love you and I don't support you. But this train is going out of the station. So let me share with you some of the vision for 2023 in terms of our healing journey. I see. I can say I'm turning around and looking at you all every now and then. Okay, I want you. Fear. I get it. I get it. I know fear keeps you all stuck. How many of you have watched the last 6 videos that I've posted in terms of asking you a question? Why am I stuck in limbo? And if you haven't watched those videos, I need you to go out there and watch those videos. Dr. Whitlock doesn't post content to entertain you. 95 to probably 97% of the content I post is to educate you so you can make informed decisions about your life. And so if you have not seen the last, I think it's 6 videos, thank you for the roses. I appreciate you all. I do. I love you. If you haven't seen the last 6 videos in terms of us talking about why am I stuck in limbo, I need you to go watch them. I need you to go watch them. And again, we have to take a serious assessment because I know fear paralyzes you. But how do you overcome fear? How? How do you overcome fear? That's the question. And so doing nothing about your circumstances will not allow you to overcome fear, right? And I've said this to so many different times that you need support to come out of your relationships, your toxicity, the abuse. You need support because you've been isolated. You've been afraid. You've been not knowing what the next day is going to look like, walking on eggshells. And so to do nothing means to keep you in a situation that you've always been in. That's to do nothing. One of the things that I've been doing with you all is, again, giving you all a lot of information and a lot of content, right? And I've done that. And so this is what we're going to look like in 2023. So I'm going to give you all the vision for Say Your Name and how we are moving forward. And I need you all, again, if you are not attached to the YouTube channel, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss it. So, first of all, it's OYP 2023. OYP 2023. And that is the name of the conference that we're going to have in October 2023. And what does OYP stand for? So I'm going to need you all to start hashtagging this. I need you to put this in your comments. I need you to be putting this out there because OYP 2023 is Own Your Power. Own Your Power. Own Your Power. OYP 2023. That is the name of our retreat. That's in October 2023. And that is part of our theme for the year. So again, it's OYP 2023. And the tagline is this. It is, this is the year of spiritual growth and women empowerment. OYP 2023, the year of spiritual growth and women empowerment. We're moving, y'all. We're moving. And so what does that look like for us in 2023? What does that look like? Well, it looks like private. One, it's on social media. We're moving over here to YouTube. That's the first thing it looks like, right? We're moving because a lot of the things that we need to do together to heal and to own our power cannot be done on certain platforms. You, if you want to tell your story, should not have to have 1,000 followers. If you want to share your testimony to support and help someone else, you should not be restricted because you don't have 1,000 followers. And so that's one of the reasons why we're switching our platforms out. The other reasons is this. So in our healing journey, we're going to be doing quite a bit of work. What does that look like? It looks like small groups. It looks like private Facebook groups. It looks like preached words, spiritual development. It looks like accountability calls. It looks like prayer calls. All of this is going to be on a different platform, y'all. It's not going to be here. It's not going to be here. And I'm pointing to you all. It's not going to be there. It's going to be over here on the YouTube channel. So again, if you have not subscribed, I'm talking about my TikTok family. If you have not subscribed, I need you to come over here. I need you all to come over here. And so again, what is Own Your Power? Part of the things that we're going to do is have small groups. So for example, we might have a small group on family dynamics. We might have a small group discussion. And these are, I'm talking about not just one night. I'm talking about maybe once or twice a week for 4 weeks. We're going to have curriculum on this channel. We're going to have, again, small groups. We might have small groups on family dynamics. We might have small groups on toxic relationships. We might have small groups on a number of different topics. But if you're not attached over here, you're not going to know what's being offered. We're going to have, in addition to that, we're going to have, again, we're going to have prayer calls and accountability calls. We're going to have some curriculum over here that you can download and work at your own pace. And again, we have Shattering the Silence, which is our live streams that are done twice a week, which is Mondays and Wednesdays starting at 9 p.m. And then the preached word on Sundays starting at 9:30 a.m. You've moved over now. Perfect. If I have my moderators over on TikTok, could you please just continue to let people know to move over to the YouTube channel? Can I tell you, I have some wonderful moderators that have been with me since day one, that they make sure that, the channel is safe, because that's one of the things that's very important to me, is that when we are trying to go on our healing journey, that you feel safe and you feel comfortable to be able to share what you want to share and how you want to share it without fear of judgment or intimidation. Dr. Whitlock does not play that. You all know that over here. That it's just not going to happen, because a lot of people are already timid to be able to come. Some people sit and they don't join the live, but they'll watch it. right? And what that is, they're building up the strength and the courage to take one step at a time. And I understand that. Some people will come into the live and not say a word, and that's okay too. Which is why it's very, very important that when you come into the live or you're streaming, what Dr. Whitlock is doing, that you feel safe. And so that's why we have moderators. Somebody said, I don't see it. What don't you see? The YouTube channel is under Dr. Whitlock, just like it is the name here on this platform. Can you put it in a tagline? Not now. I probably should have put it in a tagline before I went live on here. Yeah. But it is, so it's the same spelling that you see here on this platform. Dr. Whitlock is the same exact spelling on the YouTube channel. So thank you for the follow. I see you all. I love you all. We're just moving, I'm kind of multitasking here until we can kind of get everything combined under one umbrella. So Doc is just like, and so this is not easy, but I love you all. I love you all. So again, how was, and for you over here, because this is what we typically do. How was your holiday? How was your holiday? How was your holiday? How was your holiday? You subscribe. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Did anybody else subscribe? I'm looking to see. I'll be able to check it, when we get done. But again, OYP 2023, somebody drop that information. OYP 2023, Own Your Power. Own Your Power 2023. That is our theme for next year. OYP, Quiet Holiday. Okay, amen. OYP 2023. And this is the year of spiritual growth and women empowerment. Unashamedly, we are going to empower one another to be the best versions of ourselves. And so, therefore, I need you all to know that all of the work that we're going to do together is going to be done not on this platform, but it's going to be done on our YouTube channel. And again, that work, what does that look like? That looks like small groups. That looks like curriculum that you're able to download and work at your own pace. That looks like weekly Shattering the Silence, which you all know that Shattering the Silence, which is what we're doing right now. Shattering the Silence takes place. I got cameras all over the place, y'all. Shattering the Silence takes, oh, that's awesome. But Shattering the Silence takes place every Monday and Wednesday at 9 o'clock p.m. And what that is for anybody who is ready and prepared, because not everybody is prepared to share their stories. That is a vulnerable step that you're taking when you begin to share. But all the work that we're going to be doing together in 2023, some of you are going to be ready to share your story by the time we get to our retreat. But Shattering the Silence, if you are ready and you do want to share your story, please reach out to me and you can be a guest on this show, which again airs on Mondays and Wednesdays live at 9 o'clock p.m. All you have to do is fill out a contact form. You and I will talk, and then we can go ahead and get you scheduled for when you want to be able to shatter the silence. And so, again, I'm looking over here now. Thank you for the follow, Pinky Lady. I see you all. Quiet Holiday. You subscribed. Okay, very, very good. Quiet Holiday. Who else? My holiday was pretty quiet. My holiday was pretty quiet too, y'all. And so the reason why I pulled you all over here into this live stream, but I had to do it in different, and like I'm doing it now until we can kind of combine everything together, is because we're shifting. We are shifting. We are moving. We have been talking about NPD. We have been talking about toxic relationships. We have been talking about abuse. We have been talking about the characteristics and the traits of somebody who has narcissist traits, because we talked about all of us have a little bit of trait, but it becomes pathological at a certain degree. We've talked about all of those. We've talked about betrayal trauma and what that feels like. We've talked about healthy boundaries. We talked about unhealthy boundaries. So we've been talking about all of these things for about 7 months. 7. There's a reason that God has me here. And if you're on this page, it's not by coincidence. It just isn't. Doc doesn't believe in coincidences. God is very intentional. We are unintentional. We do things sometimes haphazardly. God is very intentional. Narco abuse survivor, yes. So that's somebody that wants to tell their story, right? And you have a platform. You have a platform that's designed for you. There's all of the types of platforms out there. There's cooking channels, there's art channels, there's all types of platforms. But this platform is for you. And this is a platform that's designed, because we're talking about people's lives here, right? We're talking about your life. We're talking about the healthiness of your life, your happiness. So why would we not have a channel dedicated for that? Why? Because people want you to do this. This is what they want. Say your name. I did. Your holiday was a mess. Miss you so much to catch up on. Okay. I'm sorry it was a mess. I'm sorry. We can definitely catch up afterwards, okay? And I love you. And so this is what I'm talking about, y'all. You don't have to, you're not alone in this. You're not alone. There are people, like look at the comments. Look at the comments that are dealing with a lot of the things that you are. I think I put a post out there a couple of months ago, and I said people are dealing with the same things that you are. It doesn't look like they are, but they are. And they're covering up what they're dealing with smiles and filters. They're covering up what they're dealing with smiles and filters. And so we got to begin to look at the inside of somebody and see what's going on in their lives. We can't look at the exterior. That's only going to tell part of the story. And it's going to tell a small part of the story. Because whenever Doc says to you all, how are you doing? I really want to know. You see, Sharia just said, my holiday was a mess. Miss you so much. We need to catch up with a broken heart. She's telling her truth. Your life looks great from the outside. I get it. I get it. Listen, that was Doc for a very long time. That was me for a very, very long time. Where I was that person with the filters, and I was that person with the smiles, and everything looked good, a good job, driving a nice car, and family, and everybody looked good. Sure. No, that's not good. It's not good, and that's why we shatter the silence. That's why we are using this journey that you and I are on. OYP 2023, own your power. Own your power. I had a family member, and I call you all family members. I had a family member today say, I wish I knew how to get out of it. I wish I knew how to get out of the relationship that was toxic and abusive. Let me say this to you. Don't you ever, ever let anybody take away your options. And I said this months ago, you got to sometimes get righteously angry. You have to. Because if you walk around in your space that you're in now, where you're not sure, if you can make it out, if you're not sure, you have to change that mindset. If you don't change that mindset drastically, you're going to stay in it. You will stay in it. So, whatever that mindset you have right now, that timidness, whatever that is that you have going on right now, it has to change. Y'all see Doc done sat up now because Doc get passionate. I get very passionate because you have options. And for all of you that are sitting out here thinking like, I don't have any options, it's not that you don't have options. You don't have the options that you want. You don't have the options that are comfortable for you. Wouldn't it be nice if when we were ready to leave the relationship or move forward, it would just be comfortable for us? That is not reality. What does Doc say to you all the time? Come back. Come back to reality. There's two things that you have to do if you're going to take the healing journey. You cannot take the healing journey without doing these two things. Come back to reality and forgive yourself. Forgive yourself because you felt like this is your fault. You should have known better. I should have left. I did this to my children. You have to forgive yourself because what you're doing is incarcerating yourself in your mind. You're doing the job of the abuser. How is that? I just need to pack up and leave with my kids. And we can talk about that. We can talk about that. Because what is the other option here? What is the other option that you have? Stay? Right? Do you understand what I'm saying when I say to you, we're looking for an exit that's going to be, the least resistance, but that's not the case. You all have been, some cases, 10, 15, 20 years. And it's not going to happen like this. One, it's going to take some planning. Again, if you all are over here on the TikTok channel, I am actually live streaming from YouTube. So I need you all to, thank you for the follow. I need you all to actually merge yourselves over here on the YouTube channel and watch from here. Because eventually, and the only reason I'm multitasking here is because we haven't hit the new year yet. But when we hit the new year and we start doing what we're doing, it's all of our healing and our journey is going to be right here. Right here. Because I can't do small groups with you on TikTok. We can't do the accountability calls here on TikTok. You can't even come into Shattering the Silence, which is the episode that we're doing right now, on that platform if you don't have 1,000 followers. So you see, you don't allow anybody to take away your choices and your options. You figure it out. And so what I'm saying for you all, yep, Dr. Whitlock, that's right, drop it. Yep, it's just like it is in the TikTok. It's Dr. Whitlock. No spaces in it, no nothing. It's just Dr. Whitlock. But again, OYP 2023, that is all about own your power. Own your power. We are going to take active, practical steps to own our power. We're not making any excuses. We're not cowering down. We're not looking back. We're figuring it out together. Bottom line. Because don't you deserve it? Don't you deserve it? Who told you that you didn't deserve it? To be happy? Who told you that? Who told you that you had to keep all the toxicity inside? What goes on in the house stays in the house. All those little cliches that we have grown up on. Where did that get you? Okay. And see, this is exactly why we have other options. We're on a journey. We're on a journey, you all. We are on a journey. Thank you for joining whatever platform you're on right now, thank you for joining. I am Dr. Whitlock. I am the founder and CEO of a nonprofit organization called Say Your Name. This here that we're on right now is Shattering the Silence. There are going to be some nights where we have guests, such as yourselves, that may want to come on here and tell your story. We had a remarkable guest last week come on and tell her story, and for the first time ever. And so therefore, this is for you all. This platform is created for you. Okay, perfect. You subscribed on YouTube. Amen. Amen. And so you're going to start to see additional information come out in terms of, again, small groups, prayer calls, curriculum that you can download and work at your own pace, and a host of other things that we're going to be doing to empower you. We've educated ourselves, right? We have thoroughly, if you've been on Doc's page for 7 months, because I told you, I'm not here for popularity. I'm not here. I stay in my lane. I know where I'm educated at. I know what I'm doing here. And so if you've been on my page, and I've been here for about 7 months now, all of my content speaks to one thing: education and awareness. Education is key to you making informed decisions about your life. And so if you haven't seen some of the videos, I suggest you start searching through Doc's page. Anyone, you can do any, meeny, miny, mo, and pick a video, and you're going to drop on something that's going to give you some education and awareness. And then remember, I started moving you then to affirmations. Do you all realize that we are on day, I think, 65? So I've been putting out daily affirmations for 65 days for you. So whatever you see, you'll see the number. There are more out there. So that has been intentional, because you need to understand how to affirm yourself. We can't look for somebody else to affirm us. We have to be able to do that for ourselves. Anybody else? Okay, that does it? That's good. That's good. I'm glad. Thank you very much. But I know who I am, just like you need to know who you are. Yes, 65 days. I think it's either 65. Somebody check it for me. It's either 65 or 66 days. We have been doing affirmations. So you all, if you look out there and you see my daily affirmation, it says daily affirmations, and it'll have a number. That would be the number of days that are out there in terms of content. So this has been very intentional. It's to help move you however you desire to be moved. And many of you have expressed to me, I don't want to be in this. How do I set healthy boundaries, Doc? How do I stand on my boundaries? And I said, this is a thank you for the follow. This is an example. If somebody violates, one, you have to know what your boundaries are. And so if you don't know what your boundaries are, we have to figure that out. And oftentimes, because of childhood trauma, you don't have boundaries, or they're so loose that anybody can come and violate those, and you don't even realize it. But a lot of childhood trauma has dictated the lack of boundaries that we have. And so therefore, healthy boundaries is going to definitely be one of our curriculum that you can download in one of the small groups, because it's so important to be able to identify, why don't we have healthy boundaries? What is it about us that we don't have these boundaries? And so therefore, that's going to be, again, part of our healing journey. It's going to be kind of the first part, because I hear that the most. Doc, why can't I get out of this? Why does this cycle keep going over and over and over again in my life? Different players, same outcome. Different players, different relationships, same outcome. And then you begin to think it's you, because you're the common denominator, but you're not putting one and one together to make two. to see what it is. And I use this analogy with you all. If you've been with me for any length of time, you remember me saying this. It's like taking a test. You get a test from the teacher and you fail it miserably. You got less than an F. You fail it miserably. And you say to yourself, oh, okay, I failed that test. Put it down. Teacher tells you, I'm going to give you another test. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give you the exact same test again. I'm not going to tell you when, but I'm going to give you the exact same test. You get that exact same test. You have another relationship and you fail it again. Why? Because you didn't study. You didn't study. And what does it look like to study, Doc? Well, it looks like figuring out why I allow certain things to happen in my life. Because I use this analogy with you also, that there are some people that see red flags and they run the other way. What was it about us that we saw it? We maybe wasn't able to identify it readily, but some of us, this ain't our first rodeo. We've gone through relationship, am I right? Relationship after relationship after relationship that has been unhealthy. And we're still trying to figure out, well, what is it? I must have something attached to my forehead. And if you all are over here on that channel, tap, 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 tap. Y'all know y'all supposed to be tapping in over here. Asking them, where are, is Cookie on here? Because this is, again, you all know that Doc is back and forth, back and forth. So I'm looking over here, at the comments briefly, but then I'm going to go back over here to the front because my cameras, I'm in the studio, and the cameras are directly in front of me. So, but I did want to pull you all in here momentarily. But again, own your power. What does that look like? It looks like healthy boundaries. It looks like taking back your life. It looks like rewriting the story. It looks like, being able to stand on what you believe, right? And it's so crazy because the videos, I have 12 of them. 6 of them have already dropped between yesterday and today. 12 talking about why are you here? Ask yourself, why are you here? Why are you stuck in limbo? Right? Doc loves you, but she got to be transparent. She got to pull the Band-Aid off. Why are you stuck in limbo? And there's 6 videos out already. If you haven't seen them, go watch them. Because you're stuck in limbo. And we got to figure out why. Because if you cannot figure out the why, you're not going to know how to get out of it. You're just not. That's right. And this is we're family, and I need my family to come over on. Come on, family. Come on, family. I love you all. But we are moving. It's own your power. And what does that look like? We have to be able to identify some key things about us. So the last 6 videos that I dropped out there, and ask you all to reflect on this from here to New Year's, to reflect on, why am I in limbo? Why am I here? Perfect. Love you. I see it. And y'all continue to direct people over there to the YouTube channel family. But if we can't identify that, we're stuck. We're stuck. And so what I'm asking you all to do between now and New Year's, because come New Year's, the January, we're moving. We're moving. We can't stay, and I use this analogy with you all too. If I got some of my my day ones on here, you heard Doc say this all the time. It's like going to the bus stop and never getting on the bus. How many times we gonna go to the bus stop? How many times we gonna read about NPD? How many times are we going to look about the cycle of narcissistic abuse? How many times are we going to talk about betrayal trauma? How many times are we going to do all of those things? It's going to the bus stop and never getting on the bus. Because I know my family members, which are you all, you are smart as I don't know what. You're resourceful as I don't know what. I can turn over here and look at these comments right now, and I know they're blasting right now. And so you're not naive. You're not new to this. So we got to get on a bus. That's what 2023 is. That's us getting on the bus. Own your power. OYP. I need y'all to start hashtagging this. OYP 2023. That is the name of our conference. OYP, which is Own Your Power. OYP 2023. I have mixed with you. I have a podcast. I'm not sure what that's all about. But listen, what questions do you all have? I know I talked quite a bit about, I'm just picking at stuff, y'all, about what we're looking at. Y'all should see my technical director. He looks at me like I'm crazy, y'all. We have fun in the studio. But what questions do y'all have? What questions do you have? What questions do you have? Oh, okay. So you put that over there so I can see it. Don't worry, y'all. We're gonna get this. We're gonna merge. We're gonna merge these platforms soon. How do we join together? Exactly how do we join together? I am mixed with a lot of our curriculum and things like that are going to be virtual. So right now, because virtual is a new way, y'all. Y'all do know that, right? Since COVID, everything is virtual and everything is online. But it's about consistency, y'all. It's about consistency. So we can't say I'm gonna go catch the bus today, then I'm not gonna catch the bus for another 2 weeks, right? When I do, because you all know that I'm a life coach also. So when we talk about life coaching services, if that's something that you're interested in, there's a contact form on my page in TikTok, on that social media platform. Matter of fact, IG, all of it. It has Honeybook, and then all you have to do is create a contact form, and immediately you get something sent to you. You get a document sent to you for you to review. It tells you a little bit about me, talks about the services that we offer, and how you go ahead and get a 30-minute free discovery call. Why does Doc do a free discovery call for 30 minutes? Because it's important, because everybody is not a good fit. If you're not ready for accountability, if you're not ready to move forward in your journey, regardless whether or not it's in the areas of relationships, whether it's career, whether it's health, whether it's spirituality, if you're not ready, you're just not ready. Because Doc holds you accountable. Because your success in our life coaching sessions is up to you. It's up to you, right? And so it's very important that 30-minute call that I provide, that I offer to you for free, that is you and I beginning the relationship building process. So again, I thought I would put that out there because some of you may be new to the channel. Some of you may be new over here and have never seen Dr. Whitlock. Dr. Whitlock is very, very loving, very caring, very understanding. She is a survivor turned thriver. She is educated. She has her credentials, and she's been doing this for a while. However, I get where you are. I get where you are. And so this isn't about me. God gets the glory. So for everyone that's saying, I'm so glad I found your page, so glad I found your page, and I say to you all the time, that's not a coincidence, right? Because there's hundreds and thousands of people on lives, right? And there's no coincidence. Do you know how many things has to line up, right, in the universe in order for us to say, Ah, I'm glad I found you. Do you know that wasn't us? That wasn't us. There she goes. There she goes. Oh, I love y'all. I do. I do. And so I'm excited. I'm excited for where we are headed. Again, 2023, we're getting on the bus, y'all. I can see comments over here on you. It's okay. I can see comments over there. So, does anybody here that's on here? I was never taught to recognize demons. I was never. Oh, that's a good point. That is such a. I was never taught to recognize demons, but to see the good in God. And and I'm not laughing at you. But do you see when we sit back and really think about those traditions and those cliches and those things that we were taught, how they have handicapped us into being and holding fast to what we call boundaries, right? Do you see that? How it has impacted us, right? Because I was taught from an early age what goes on in the house stays in the house. And all that teaches you to do is tolerate mess and not say anything about it. So therefore, you don't have boundaries because you may not feel like it's right, but you know what you were taught. Let me tell y'all something. We Doc said this before, and there might be some people on here that has never been on it before. Boundaries. Let's talk about boundaries, okay? When you were in your mother's womb, you were in a boundary. Happy New Year's to you. When you were in your mother's womb, you were in a boundary. What do you mean by that, Doc? There was nothing coming in, right? And there was nothing coming out. So for 9 months, you were in a boundary. It was safe. Nothing was happening to you. You were being loved. You were being nurtured. You were being fed, right? Follow me. Follow along with me. And soon you come out of your mother's womb, the boundary has been broken. However, it is somebody's responsibility to maintain your status quo of healthiness, nurturing, love, affection, attention, guidance, support, protection. It's somebody's responsibility to give you all of those things the second you come out of that boundary. For many of us, it didn't happen. It didn't. And so now, your mind, which is developing at a fast rate, when you're born, your mind develops at a very fast rate. And so what it is learning, whether you're being abused as a child, whether you're being raised by narcissistic parents, whether you're being neglected, there's so many things that can traumatize you as you're growing up. So then you grow up and you wonder why you don't have boundaries. I need you to put one and one together, right? And many of you have already done that. You've already put one together. One and one makes two. But we overlook that because we didn't have the language at 4 or 5 years old, 6, 7, 8 years old. And then you go to school. Let's talk about what happens after you come out of the womb. Then you go to school and you're being bullied. Then you go to school and you're not getting the attention that you need from teachers. Now you're frustrated because your grades aren't good. And then your grades aren't going. Now your behavior is bad. You're acting out. Maybe you become promiscuous because you were sexually molested as a child. All these things are happening or have happened to you. And then you grow up and you automatically think you're supposed to be able to have a healthy relationship? How? How? It's not possible. And what we do is we push those things underneath the rug. We shove them underneath the carpet. And we act like they don't exist. Doc did the same thing. Because listen, because we have a perception of somebody who who was abused or molested, we have a perception that they're down and out, and that they, very, very, depressed. And there are some functional people who have degrees, who hold positions in high offices, who are tore up on the inside. That's what I'm saying. Perception. And so therefore, it is time to remove the mask. It is time to remove the mask and own your power. And we do that together. 2023, OYP 2023. Start hashtagging that. Own your power. And so we're going to get on the bus. If you have questions about the content, you're looking for content, just DM me like everybody else does. Doc, how do I find this one? How do I find this video? And I just tag you in it. Don't be afraid to do something different. More than anything, I don't want you to go into this new year. I don't want you to wake up on January 1st not feeling empowered. I don't want you to wake up on January the 1st feeling like, okay, it's another day. All of this is going to be dependent on you. It really is. It's not going to be anything that I say to you. I can give you the information. I can lead you to certain places. But it's all going to be dependent upon you. Do you want to come out of limbo? That's the question. Do you want to come out of limbo? That is a question. And so if you're saying yes, and I see some people over here saying yes, then you like, Doc, I'm ready. I'm ready. And then the first, and I gave it to you. There's two things that you have to do. If somebody remembers me saying it, what is it? There's two things you have to do before you can get on the bus. The first thing is come back to reality. What do I mean when I say that? Because I've asked this question to so many people. What is your reality? Right? And then you give me the soft shoe answer. I can see through that. No, I want the hard reality. So for example, I've been in this abusive relationship for 7 years now. And I'm just randomly saying something about a reality. I've been in this abusive relationship for 7 years now. It's not always physical, but there have been some physical fighting going on. My kids have seen it. My kids have heard it. Yes, they are impacted by it. It's unhealthy. I tried to leave 5 or 6 times and it just didn't work. I love the person. I really do. And I don't know what I would do without them. This is all reality. If you can't stand flat-footed and give me what your reality is, you're not going to move forward. You're not. Because you're hiding it from yourself. And when you speak that thing into existence, now you're accountable for it. So that's the first thing. Come back to reality. The second thing is forgive yourself. Forgive yourself, because I know you feel like it's your fault. Matter of fact, I know you've been told over and over again, this is your fault. You've been told by family members, it's your fault. You've been told by your friends, your BFFs, you did this. You stayed with him or her. You've been told by so many people that this is on you because, you don't have healthy boundaries. And then you tell yourself, and this is the videos that I have out there now, your worst enemy is the inner me. Your worst enemy is the inner me. You are telling yourself you have no choices. You are telling yourself you have no options. You are telling yourself this is all that life is cracked up to be. You are telling yourself, but I want my children to have a mother and father. You are telling yourself, I have no place to go. You are telling yourself, I'm not worthy. You are taking and doing the job of the abuser. You are doing their job for them. Own your power in 2023. We will not go into 2023 how we are coming out of 2022. And again, I said this before. When Jesus Christ knew that he was about to be crucified, in the book of John, chapter 17, he prayed. He prayed to God. And one of the things that I found remarkable, and I keep saying this because it freed me, right? It freed me, and it may free some of you. Because Jesus said, I have not lost not one that you sent to me. And I'm saying, what does that mean, Doc? Because Doc, she gets in the word. I'm like, Jesus, what do you mean? You didn't have to say it like that, Jesus. That's how me and Jesus get down. You would love to share your story? Yes. So send me a message. Yep, for you all that want to share your story, send me a DM here. If you don't send a DM here on this platform, just use the contact form on the website. The website, Receive Grace. Can you put our website address out there, love it? I love you so much. But our www.sayyournameinc.org, www.sayyournameinc.org. That is our website. And you can go out there and fill the contact form out also. The contact form on social media, on the TikTok page, is if you want life coaching services, right? That's that contact form. If you want to reach me, then you go onto our website and do just a regular contact form. You'll see it. It says contact. Okay. Yep. Thank you, Love Bucket. Thank you, Love Bucket. Are y'all tapping in? I'm here at the studio. I can't show out like I do at the house. Tap, tap, tap in. Share the live. Y'all should tap in and get those algorithms going because I'm multitasking here because I'm taking y'all from over here to over here, from over here to over here. So we can all be in one space. But we were talking about how we are going to start our journey and how 2023, we are not going into 2023 how we are coming out of 2022. You have options. Don't you dare, and I said this to one of our family members today, don't you dare let anybody take your options away from you. And if it causes, if you have to get a little bit indignant, right? You have to be, you can control your life, right? You can control your life. And if somebody is violating what makes you feel comfortable, remember I said you don't do tradition for tradition's sake. So I was so happy to hear that somebody said, Doc, I didn't go to the family functions for Christmas because it's toxic and I didn't want to be around it. I said, praise God. How do you feel about that? You should be proud of yourself. If you're watching right now, you should be proud of yourself because you didn't do tradition for tradition's sake. Some of these traditions need to be thrown out of the window because I'm not going to be in some place that makes me feel uncomfortable. I'm not going to sit at a table, and I put this out there too, that when I get up from the table, you have all types of negative things to say about me. You don't get the privilege of having my company. That's how you have to look at yourself and your self-worth. And that's what we got to get to. We got to figure out, why don't you look at yourself like that? when you look in the mirror, right? That's the reality I'm talking about. Why don't you look in the mirror and say to yourself, you don't deserve my time. I have something to offer to this world. I am intelligent. I am beautiful. I am smart. And I deserve respect. And if somebody cannot respect me, then you don't get the privilege of being in my space. Because it is a privilege. And that's what you have to look at it as. If you allow somebody in your space, and I'm talking to you, family, if you allow somebody in your space, it is a privilege. And they need to treat it as that. And if you can't treat it as that, I don't need you. And you have to get comfortable, right? And we talked about this before. There's a difference between being alone and being lonely. You have to be okay being alone. Because you might say to yourself, well, if I say this, I might run off the people that are in my life. Well, if the people in your life are hurting you, you should run them off. You should. Does that make sense? If the ones in your life are hurting you, you run them off. They can go hurt somebody else. Because in 2023, I said this to you before, the person that hurt you cannot heal you. Let me say it again, because I know Receive Grace is going to drop it in there. The person that hurt you cannot heal you. So if you're looking for your abuser to now suddenly change and say, oh, let's go to therapy, let's go to counseling, let's do this, that, and the third. After all this time, now because you're ready to go on a healing journey, which is for you, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. You've had 2-3 years to come to this epiphany. And now that I want to do something for myself, you want to now go to therapy? Okay, well, you go to therapy. I'm going to do something for me. Don't be fooled, because it's going to happen, kings and queens. It will. Doc is telling you now. The moment you try to do something for yourself, you're going to have family members reject you. You're going to have loved ones reject you. You're going to have friends reject you. Colleagues reject you. But guess what? You're in good company because they rejected Jesus Christ. Not only did they reject Jesus Christ, they crucified Jesus on the cross. But now look, I put a video. Look at the comeback. So you got to be ready to pull up your bootstraps. It's coming. That's why I said earlier on in this live stream is that we cannot expect that when we start to step out and try to heal and do something for us, that things are going to be cool with other folks. It's not. It's not. And guess what? That's okay. You can go. Because in 2023, this is what I need you all to say. 2023, it's about me. In 2020, say it with me. In 2023, it's about me. And then we walk into that. You have to walk into it. You can't go into this timid. You cannot. You got to be sure of yourself. Because if you're not just like the disciples, think about it. When they were unsure of themselves, Jesus like, have I not been with you all this time? Have you not seen the miracles that I perform? Have I not talked to you personally? Right? You can't waver. You can't. And that when you do, you have to stay connected to this community. You have to. The voices in your ear, the positive voices in your ear have to be louder than the negative ones. Hey, Bishop. Hey, Bishop. Look, Doc is multitasking. Bishop, are you on our YouTube channel? I'm watching for your comment. So I'm multitasking, Bishop. because I'm trying to get everybody to move over to the YouTube channel because 2023 is coming and we're getting on the healing journey bus. All of the content that I put out here for 7 months now, not yet. Okay, that's so. If you don't see me looking over here, Bishop, that's because I'm looking here, and I'm in the studio right now, and I'm looking face forward where the YouTube people are. But I have also, you all, I was taught by my bishop a long time ago. You dance with the people that brought you to the dance. You all have brought me to the dance. You all have inspired me to be able to say, okay, what else can I do for you? What else can I do? How do we take this to the next level? So this is what we're doing. We're in that foundation building, taking it all to the next level, and the devil does not want it. Let me say that again. The devil does not want it to go to the next level. Why? Because there's going to be some healing taking place. And when people's mind is free, when your mind is truly free, all types of things happen. Businesses are created. New ventures are taken. Families and communities are healthier. When your mind is truly free, right? There are people that don't want to see that. And so we can't be oblivious to it. That's why you're going to have that pushback. And so Doc is telling you already, you're going to get the pushback. You are going to get the pushback. But you got to be ready to push right on back. You have to be. And if you don't know how to do it, call Doc. She knows how to do it. She knows how to do it. But no, in all seriousness, OYP 2023 is for me. You got to keep saying that to yourself. 2023, it's all about me. And don't feel guilty for making it all about you, because you've made it about the family, you've made it about the kids, you've made it about work, you've made it about school, you made it about everything but you. And then you wind up in relationships and situationships that are totally contrary to what you really want in life. I know it. Not in 2023. We're not doing that. My sister used to say, where they do that at? Where they do that at? Right. You got this. You got it. And so, it's 10:15. Doc been talking all this time. 2023. That's right. 2023. It's all about me. And it's possible, kings and queens. Yep, you cannot heal in the same place where you hurt. Exactly. And when I was talking about Jesus and when he was praying to God right before he was crucified, and he made the comment, I have not lost one that you sent to me. And so Doc was like, saying, what do you mean by that? You have not lost one. So you all know that millions of people came into Jesus's presence. And so when he says, I have not lost one, because Jesus, we know, didn't save everybody that came into his presence. I'm by no means on that. I'm not Jesus, so don't look at me like that. I'm not a savior. Don't look at me like that. I will not take on that responsibility. You just email me. Okay, I'll check it tonight. But what Jesus was saying, which is so freeing, is that God, you sent the people that you sent to me. I didn't lose. The ones that were not sent to me, I don't know where they are. But he prayed, right? Get this. The book of John, chapter 17, he prayed for the ones that God sent. So I pray for the ones that God sent to me. Because you all see Dr. Whitlock's page, the social media page. Not all of those folks that hit that follow button, God sent. I know that. See, that's what I'm saying. I already get it. There's over 7,000 people that hit the follow button. Not all 7,000 of you were sent by God. And I'm okay with that. Not all 7,000 of you are going to go on OYP 2023. And I'm perfectly good with that too. Because I was never here about popularity. I was never here about numbers. I'm here to help and support and serve. So when your goal is different, you walk differently. Do you see me on YouTube, Rev? Let me see Bishop. I love my family. Bishop, I can see it. Mm-hmm. I see Smith. I see Jacob. Bishop, put a comment out there. Okay. Look at that, Reese Great. Okay. Blessings to you. Hey, Cookie. Okay. Perfect. So, I love you all so much. When I told you we danced with the people that brought us to the dance, you all inspire me to do greater work together. And so that's what we're doing. That's in 2023, we are getting on the bus. For the last half of 2022, we've been going to the bus stop. That's all the videos out there. We've been going to the bus stop, we're getting on the bus. We're getting on the bus. There's some exciting stuff coming up. Some very, very exciting stuff coming up through Say Your Name. And we are healing. We are healing. We are not doing another year. We're not doing another 30 days without making 2023 all about me. Y'all hashtag that too. Y'all heard it first. 2023 is all about me. I want you all to get used to saying that. For some people, listen, I get it. It feels strange to make something about you. You feel like you're taken away from something else or somebody else. You have to make it about you. Because when you don't, you're depleting yourself. And then the people who do deserve your time, because remember, not everybody deserves your time or your energy. But for the ones that do deserve it, you're not there. You're not 100% present and healthy. 2023 is all about me. I need you to say it. And don't feel guilty about it. Be your authentic self. I want you to have freedom of expression about who you are. And if the people around you can't handle it, hey, they got to go. And it doesn't mean it has to be a permanent thing. But for now, give yourself 12 months. Give us 12 months together. 12, that's it. I'm not asking for a lot. 12 months. Yep, 2023 is all about me. Get used to it. Own your power. Say your name. Shatter the silence. That's what this show is all about. Shattering the silence. And again, for those of you that may have just come on, if you want to share your story on this platform was created just for you. So there will be days when, we come live on Mondays and Wednesdays at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that is Shattering the Silence. On Sundays is a preached message. That's Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m. With the holidays, things have kind of been a little wonky. People are out and we just have not been. But come January, it's going to be consistently Monday, Wednesday, Sunday. Monday, Wednesday, Sunday. And that's just this part of it. That doesn't include the small groups that we talked about. That doesn't include the weekly prayer calls or the accountability calls. That doesn't include the curriculum that we're going to be going over. That doesn't include any of that. Just Monday, Wednesday, Sunday. Shattering the Silence is Monday and Wednesday at 9 o'clock p.m. And then Sunday morning is half hour of power. That's where y'all know Reverend Whitlock. Y'all know me. I'm licensed and ordained. I'm a preacher. So Sunday mornings is going to be a preached message for you. 30 minutes, half hour of power. And so we're moving. So when we talk about 2023 being the year of spiritual growth and women empowerment, I'm serious about that. There's different things that we have to do to be able to get to that place and that space. And all of these things the foundation is being laid just for you. Just for you. YouTube. Oh, look at receipt. Look, y'all. I love y'all so much. Cause she knows exactly what we're doing. So all of our healing. Thank you for asking that question. All of these things that I'm talking about for 2023 are going to be right here on YouTube. That's why I'm trying to move you. Yes, all of this. And the reason why, right? Because we know that over there, we can't on this platform right here, we can't do things like small groups, unless you got 1,000 followers, right? We can't share the screen and do a PowerPoint presentation unless you're doing, gaming or something. We don't have time for that. Doc don't have time for that. If I run into this door and this door is closed, I'm going over here. I'm finding a door that's open, right? And so it's important and it's critical that we get you all over in the right space. And you'll see some more videos and things of that nature. We're not getting rid of, the TikTok channel. We're still posting content and things of that nature. That's going to stay active, right? However, our 2023 OYP is all about me. It's right here. Right here. So you want to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button, because if you don't get notified, you're not going to know what's going on. You're not going to know what's going on. So I think that is, what time is it? 10. So basically I did what I want to do. I want to share the vision with you all for Say Your Name and what we're doing now starting in 2023. Lay out the OYP and let you know what OYP is. Talk about, how we're moving forward. So all of these things you can start to look for, in the month of January. You're going to see some things, again, on the website. It's going to be updated. It's going to be some things updated on the YouTube channel. But just be prepared that we are getting on the bus. We are getting on the bus. It's great. I was giving people tickets the other and some of the comments. Whoever got one a ticket, you can get on the train. Thank you for joining. And so I am going to disconnect our TikTok profile right now. And if you have not joined over there on the YouTube, I need you all to join. I will probably jump back in, once Doc gets home. We'll do kitchen talk for a little bit when I do get home tonight. Right now, I'm currently in the studio multitasking on different streaming platforms, because I don't want you all to not get what you're supposed to get over here. I'm talking to you all now, and I need you all to move over to our YouTube channel under Dr. Whitlock. And so when I do get home tonight, I have a couple stops to make, but I will jump on here so we can talk some more, and just kind of have a relaxed night tonight, okay? I love you all. I love you all so much. You'll see me again tonight before the night is over. What time? Is that the? Okay, that's the right time. You'll see me again tonight before the night is over. We'll do a little bit of kitchen talk. And until then, be safe. We will talk again very, very soon. Make sure you all go over to the YouTube channel under Dr. Whitlock. I love you all. And so, again, if you are over here on a YouTube channel, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for hitting the notification button. Please, please, please share. There is always people that we know. I guarantee you, If you are dealing with this trauma in your life right now, there's 5 other people that you know in your circle that is dealing with it too. Get them over here so we can all take the journey together. Just suggest it to them. Say, hey, you know what? I met Dr. Whitlock, and this is the things that we're going to be doing in 2023. I think you might be interested in this. You don't have to force anybody, because if you force somebody, they're not going to do it for them. They're going to do it for you. Just like I never will force you to do anything. I will hold you accountable, but I'm not going to force you. Right? You have to say, Doc, I'm ready. I'm ready. I got my ticket. I'm getting on the bus. And then I can work from there. God can work from there. Right? It's about empowerment. Part of the mission of Say Your Name is empowering women to rewrite their stories. How do we begin to empower women to rewrite their stories? Identify exactly who you are and who you're not. And sometimes the person that we're trying to say that you're not is you're saying to yourself, yeah, this is me. I got to get you to turn. You got to pivot. We got to turn. Because I'm very, very big on having options. Sometimes the Bible says this, life and death are found within the power of our tongue. So we can speak life into our situation, or we can speak death in it. So, for example, I'm in this relationship, I'm stuck, I can't get out. And this is an example. I don't know what to do. I think this is just my destiny. This is where I'm supposed to be. That's you speaking death into that situation. That's what that is. Because you planted a seed, and the seed's you're going to water it too. And then it's going to grow. But you speaking life into it, I'm better than this. I'm worth more than this. I deserve to be respected. And if you can't respect me, you have to get away from me. You see the difference? There's an extreme difference. Life and death are found within your tongue. And the Bible further goes on to say, and those who love of it will eat it. So either you're going to eat death or you're going to eat life. Which plate of food do you want? Which plate of food do you want? And I'm not saying it's going to be easy for you. It wasn't easy for me. But you're talking and you're looking at a woman who, like many of you, have dealt with childhood trauma, unresolved childhood trauma, up until the point where I hit rock bottom, right? But you're not looking at somebody who's not trauma informed. You're not. You're looking at someone who is trauma informed, who's gone through a lot of what you've already gone, or what you might be currently going through. The insecurity about yourself, the thinking you're not good enough, to never finishing a project that you start, to wondering where your next meal is going to come from, to wondering if you ever have true friends in your life, wondering if the person that you sleep next with every night, if you're going to wake up the next morning, because it's just that dangerous. Wondering if you're a good parent. Being triggered because somebody touched you because you were molested as a young boy or girl. So you're not talking to somebody who don't know. You're just not. And because I understand you and I get where you are, let this be a light to your path. You can do this. A lot of my videos, when I first started posting, I was posting some very transparent stuff. Why? Because it doesn't take me out anymore. It doesn't make me crumble like it used to. That was my experiences. But I learned that my experiences do not define me. I had to learn that though. I had to learn it. And that's part of the things that when we do small groups together, we will unearth all of this. We'll learn it together. So it is our responsibility for those of us, and there are some of you that are watching right now who have healed and who can contribute to the conversation and contribute to those who aren't where you are. Step up. Many of you have expressed that you want to be able to give back. Okay, here's your opportunity. Do you want to facilitate a small group? Do you want to hold the prayer calls? Do you want to hold the accountability calls? Do you want to contribute in some kind of way? This has been created for you. And I said it earlier. There's so many other. We can scroll, right? We can scroll social media all day long and come up with all types of stuff. All types of information, political information. We can come up with, a new, challenge. We can come up with food. All types of stuff. How about we have something that's going to help your life? Think about it. And the reason why we don't see it is because we're too busy hiding from it. We're too busy hiding. You can't do that anymore. 2023 is all about me. That's what you need to get used to saying. 2023 is all about me. And so I am Dr. Whitlock. I love you all. We are going to conclude tonight's episode of Shattering the Silence. If you want to be on this particular live show, again, it airs every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. You have to contact me and send me a notification that, yes, I do want to tell my story. I do want to share. And we will make that happen. Again, I will more than likely jump on TikTok maybe later on tonight when I do get back to the house. But I love you all very much. We'll be back again on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. for another episode of Shattering the Silence. I am Dr. Whitlock. I love you all, and take care and good night.